We're live.
Cool. Hey everyone, how's it going? Brian here again, and Henrik.
Hello there. Out there.
Yeah, so we had just some information. We wanted to make sure we got this into your hands. Again, we'll be doing some of these webinar series. Hopefully you can join us. If not, you can always catch the replay. And I think what's really important for businesses right now to understand is that this is a real opportunity for anyone, not just from a marketing perspective, but from just a survival mode. There's a lot of opportunities here, and Henrik and I wanted to share a quick PowerPoint with you, just outlining some things that we were discussing in another group and wanted to bring to you just as local business owners and people that may be able to benefit from this kind of content. So if you also, again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us in this group. Because we're all in this together. We want to make sure that we're providing you with valuable information that you can potentially use in order to really survive and thrive during these times. So, Henrik, if you want to share your screen and we can kind of go through the presentation there.
That's what has happened is that Google has instituted some changes to the GMBs, what you can and what you can't do. And let's see if I can get this rolling here. Just a second. What Google suggests is if your business is closed, you should mark your opening hours as closed. And there's several ways you can do that. We'll show you it just quickly. And what you also should take advantage of is your business information. You can change those. So you can say, okay, due to the COVID-19, we are closed for servings in the restaurant, but we are offering takeouts or delivery only. So that's just some of the ways that you can use your contact information in your GMB to update people. Let's go a little bit deeper, because Google says that they rely on authoritative data sources, so they can mark your business as temporarily closed. So if the state or if the government has said that this business should be closed for the public, and Google glance through the inventory of GMBs, then you can risk that your GMB will be marked as temporarily closed. Mm-hmm. If you, on the other hand, know that you have to close it and you want to state that to the public, then there's two ways you can do it. You can go in yourself and mark it as temporarily closed, or you could go in and change the opening hours using the special hours. So,
now, a quick question that we should probably, that I'm sure a lot of people may be asking. Obviously, this is where the mark as temporarily closed. And I know you'll show them another method to do this, but is it advised to do this, or based on Google's kind of backlog, are there other methods that may be a bit more suited or more appropriate for someone to potentially use?
We know if you mark your business as temporarily closed, you will not show up in search and in maps.
Yep.
So I would advise to use the second method.
Perfect.
Which is this one, where you go into the special hours, and then you put in maybe a week ahead, mm-hmm. and marked those dates as closed.
Because so that's just something I definitely want to make sure that we underscore with everyone is if you do this second method where you're going in and manually saying that you're closed on specific days, you will still show up in maps potentially until Google changes something else again. I mean, it's been kind of crazy right now. But potentially you will be still shown in maps. You're not going to necessarily lose that authority or that ranking, as where if you mark it as temporarily closed, you may have a little bit of a lag, and there may be some decline in authority based on map positioning and things like that. So just something to be aware of. Not saying that it's an absolute, but something to be aware of.
Yeah. But Brian, if you have searched for or made a brand search, you will see that the knowledge panel coming up, and then you normally will see, if you're a business that's only open on normal weekdays, that closed, open Monday at 7 or whatever. So that's the same that will happen here, that you'll be marked as closed but open on next Tuesday or 14 days ahead.
Perfect.
So what else? You could what was I going to say here? Yeah, there's limits functionality in some of the GMB areas, and we'll go through the list. So let's go through those. So what will happen if you change your opening dates or close dates, or open and close dates? Then you'll be put into a manual review. The same will happen for the special hours, which we just suggested. Temporary closure will also be a manual review. Business description changes will also be a manual review, and changes of the business attributes. So what we suggest is that you do this as soon as possible, because you'll be closed, or if you have information that you'll be closed from next Monday or whatever, do this as fast as possible, because you're just entering a queue, and it might take a few days for the edits to go through.
Perfect.
What will happen as well? You will face manual reviews when you open a new listing. If you make any claims on a GMB, or if you need verification for critical health-related business. So, as we said before, you can expect delays in the approval process. Oops, this way. And something that you can't see or will be unavailable on your GMBs, you can't make new reviews or receive the new reviews. You can't reply to reviews, and the Q&A section will be disabled as well. That's what Google have stated. Changes might occur, but that's the most important ones that we have picked out.
So, and what's interesting here is, as you were mentioning, with the manual review on someone that's going open or closed or anything like that, for we talk about this as being like a really great opportunity for businesses to kind of rebrand, reposition themselves for when the coronavirus is, we've kind of gone through this whole flattening the curve. We're out of the, once we're out of the woods, the benefit of having a business that is forced to go through a manual review is that there's the potential that a lot of these spammy lead gen sites that have kind of gone up may actually be kind of squelched. It may turn out that, if they have to undergo a manual review process, search engine, Google may catch them that, hey, you actually don't have a legitimate business address. Therefore, we're going to mark your business as permanently closed, or kind of clean up the map. So that's just something, I guess, for a lot of local businesses to be aware of, is that, as long as you have that legitimate GMB listing, that actually may work out in your favor once all of this is kind of said and done.
Exactly. And this is an opportunity for Google to really clean up the mess.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt or stop the.
No. Hopefully that will be a good sign for the legged business, that all these will be swept out, and we can go back to normal and act normal with our GMBs.
Absolutely.
So I think that would be a plus benefit. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Brian?
No, I think if we wanted to go back to that next slide, if there are issues, if you do run into Google My Business issues, one of the things that that everyone should be aware of is that there is a direct contact to Google. Now, again, they are functioning on a very, very limited basis. I actually called them the other day and was on hold for like over 3 hours, which was absolutely horrible. But the thing is that just like everyone else, they're running short-staffed as well. They're kind of taking it in a queue type process. And so if you do have any kind of changes, edits, things like that, make sure that, number one, if they are legitimate edits that you need to make to your business, get them done ASAP. Get them done now. If you need to claim your GMB, do it now. Do not put this off another day, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Things could go to hell in a handbasket. It could get really crazy. And at that point, who knows, Google may be on a week queue. They may be on a 2-week queue. We just don't know. So act with priority and act with conviction to getting these things done. The other thing to keep in mind on this is that if you are making changes to your business, just be aware that that can put you back into that queue. There can be issues along with that. So in addition to making changes, also be aware that if things do happen, that can potentially cause bigger issues. So exercise caution, exercise care, and just make sure that whatever you're doing isn't going to mess with an existing Google My Business, or if you need to get something set up, just get that done ASAP. So that's kind of my piece on it.
Another advice is don't try to fool the system.
Exactly.
Now. And don't
now is a really
cut
bad
corners.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add to that? I know this is kind of an impromptu session here, but definitely information I felt like our group needs to hear. They need to be aware of. If they have any questions, if there's any concerns with it, definitely drop us a line in either the YouTube comments. Again, ring that bell, subscribe. And then also in Facebook, share this with any of your contacts, your friends. We're going to be continuing to do these kind of webinars. They may be impromptu like this. We'll try and do our best to let everyone know about it ahead of time. But at the very least, this is information that can help marketers, business owners, consumers. We're really trying to make this just more of an informational and just value add for a lot of people. I know everyone's out there kind of struggling. We want to make sure that what we're doing this, we are in this together and we can get through this. So
yeah. Okay. Cool. Take care out there and do the right thing.
Sounds great. Cool. Thanks again, Henrik.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.